Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back, and today we're going to be picking the next star. I feel like I need to do spin the win on this because I'm really torn on what to do. I'm quite itching to get into this one, but what to do, that didn't make sense. What to do is the question. I really want to do that as well, so I'm going to go with what my heart says this one. It's my first day sort of back from Mayhem, because originally, when I came back on, I don't know what day it was, but whatever day I came back, I can't remember now. But I went home on the Tuesday, yes, Tuesday the 7th, and I was, done for the week. So, like, is in visit-wise. And then I had to, because that was the day my brother was bringing over this cabinet. So I've been dusting that off, sorting it all out. Because obviously they haven't got room for it. And I said, well, I'll take it, rather than it go in the bin and, try and get a second use out of it, I'll take it. So is that a little bit, let's try there. So they bring it over to me and yeah, so I got that. But then they said my brother's, because obviously he's in the process of moving. So on these Facebook selling site pages, there's people that sell, sneezes on the way, oh dear. There's people that sell, ovens, fridges, and I was under the impression they were getting it from B&Q, but obviously if they've got a lot of furniture to buy, they want to get it on the cheap, So I had to go with him. It was in Braintree, so in the same area as me, and we had to go to this house to pick up an oven. And I jokingly said, I said to my brother, why don't we knock on the door and say, it's the bailiffs, we've come to collect the debt for the client. And he said, no, that's not funny. He did laugh a bit, but, I feel that I could be good in that job. If I was a bailiff, I'd be bloody good at it, because I'm very good at recovering money that people owe me, or companies owe me. So, yeah, I think the longest one the longest case I've dealt with is this British Gas one, which finally was drawn to a close. I think it was just the end of October it sort of closed, so that was good. And then I said, well, do you need help with it going back to Witham? Because obviously they don't know when they're moving out. They've got to move out when Ted is a year old, so because the house is too cramped. So they've boxed all their stuff up and they said they could expect the call any day. So the call is going to be to say, look, you can move in. Now, the house that they went to view has got what's called asbestos. And asbestos is like a powdery substance that's found normally under floors or in the wall, and it's quite poisoning. So they've set their house on that one, but they said, we can't let you have the keys to the house yet because it's got asbestos in it. We need to do a full clear out, get rid of the asbestos, because it can kill you. It is serious, serious stuff. So they've been in there sorting out, getting rid of all the asbestos. So, of course, they're just sort of like getting bits and bobs. So I said, do you need help taking it back to Witham? And he said, yeah. So, of course, I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do for content? Because I was all set to start filming again, each evening. And I said, well, I can take it back today, help you in the evening to take it back. But obviously, I've got work in the morning. So if you need anything else moving, you're going to have to do it in the evening. So he said, well, I've actually got a fridge freezer thing. No, a washing machine, sorry. Washing machines with longer with Coke on. I love that advert. But you know them little rag dolls you could collect of the, was it Softener? There was these little rag dolls that you could send off to collect. So anyway, he said, well, what about if I meet you in the evening and we do it there? So, of course, I said, well, it would be a lot easier rather than you come to Braintree, pick me up to go all the way back again. I'll stay at my mum's and go from work from there, which is nicer because I get an extra hour in bed because I don't have to travel as far, because obviously my new job is in Chelmsford. So, obviously, I have a bit of a trek from Braintree. So, it's a little bit closer, which means I can get a later train. So, yeah, we got that. And then Where was we? So in the evening, the lady said he got two offers. So one lady wanted 45 because it had a crack in, but it still worked, and the other lady wanted £80. And my mum said, see if you can like bait them down a bit, because obviously you're a new sort of family, you've got your new baby, you know, try and lower it down a bit, because you want to do it on a budget, don't you? So yeah, so that was that. And then they went with the one, they sent me, Jules sent me some photos of it and said, could you show me mum? Because obviously my mum's WhatsApp is too full, so she can't send any pictures at the moment. So I said, well, she goes, what one do you think? And I picked the £45 one because it's the same make as my, I'm going to turn that round that way. That's the thing with a star. It doesn't matter what way you turn it, it's still in the shape of a star. And I said, what one would you, she said, what one do you want? And I said, well, if it was personally me, I would go for the £45 one and, you know, go for that. It's cheaper. Yeah, it's got a crack in, but that's only in the control board area. So like the top of the fridge, where the control panel is. And, you know, 45 quid, you got yourself a bargain there. So, and also it was the same make as my mum. So I said, we'll go for the 45. And then she said, she had a good old look. My mum will take ages when it's deciding on things to get, because she keeps debating, like she'll like both, and it's very hard. And I hate making decisions as well, because I always take ages to think about it, and I've made decisions in the past and totally regretted it, and you know, I've wanted the other make and that one sort of discontinued. And yeah, so anyway, they got the £45 one. And the lady said that we needed to get it by about 8 p.m, because 7 or 8 p.m, I think it was, because the lady's moving out and she needs to hand the keys back to the landlord. So we went to this house and, oh my God, it looked virtually empty where she's been moving out and stuff. And it looked all in fair good quality, really. A few cracks, you know, in the control board and that, but yeah, it was really good. So yeah, they were very happy with that and sorted that out. So obviously me and George went over to wherever it needed picking up from. I think it was somewhere up near Chalice Lane in Braintree. So I thought I could have stayed there last night. You know, you told me it weren't in Braintree, but anyway, you know, it helps him out, doesn't it? So I mean, I suppose in a way it was better, because obviously he would have had to come right into Braintree, pick me up, then go all the way back down to, I mean, Chalice Lane from here is probably, I'd say there's two different ways. You can go up Skits Hill, which is a bloody long hill, and it feels like it's never ending, or you can go up Rifle Hill, and that probably takes about 10 minutes, but obviously you wouldn't be able to walk it in a car, because it was all in these sort of like little, what they call cul-de-sacs. A cul-de-sac is basically a set of houses where there's no other road to get out. There's only one road in and out, you know. So, but anyway, we turned up, got the washing machine, and then I said, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, pick up, you know. And picked it up, and George fell down the step, or nearly slipped, because yeah, I was like, what the hell? But oh my God, I felt so, like, Victoria drives are pretty quick. You know, she does drive a bit fast, and I felt like I was in a bloody roller coaster. I felt sick, and I really felt like I was going to throw up. I'm not even joking. I was like, hurry up, I need to get out of this car. And that's unusual, because I don't normally get travel sickness, but I think it's just because she was like trying to get back, because obviously George had work, so they had to do it in the evening as well, because these shifts are all over the place. 1 minute it's at night, then it's in the morning, and he does retail, so it's like their shops are like the Co-op, they're open like near enough till like 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, but yeah, I did feel a bit seasick, but I think, to be fair, it's because I didn't have nothing properly to eat in the morning. It was such a, you know, rush to get to work, because I was, you know, trying to get into the shower and stuff, and then of course you've got my sister using it, so that sort of put me back 5 minutes. But I managed to still get to work on time. But it's because I was such in a hurry. I was thinking, you need to get out. I need to get in the shower now, or I'm not going to get there on time. So I didn't really eat nothing. And then when I got in, just about to sit down to dinner, because my mum will normally cook me something if I'm stopping over the night. And then they said, oh, we need to go now. So he said, could you meet me at the bus stop? And I said, well, why have I got to meet you at the bus stop? He said, because they're running a bit late. So rather than come in, you know, collect you, go back out the cul-de-sac thing and then go, we'd rather just like zoom up and get it, you know. So and it's quite lovely on that road because we go the back end of Braintree, which is the Falkbourne way, and that's got the national speed limit, so it means you can drive, I think it's about 70 miles per hour, isn't it? So it's quite a nice drive. So and it don't take long. It's probably about the same journey on a train. So anyway, we got that, and then I thought, right, well, I'm definitely going home tomorrow night then. I was too tired to go back in the day, but obviously it's in the kitchen now. So I was like, I'm not travelling at like 7 o'clock at night. I'll go home today. And that's where we are now. So, yes, I have Thursdays off, so I don't have to work Thursdays, which means I was like, well, I'll normally on a Thursday, if I'm like sleeping over the night, I will travel like as late back as I can, because obviously you want to spend a bit of time with family and that. And I was like, no, I'm missing my diamond painting. I want to get back and start painting. So yes, it's now come up to, I don't know the time in here because Alexa switched off. I will tell you in a minute. But yeah, I think we'll do this little star in one session because I have got, believe it or not, on my birthday, which you would have already seen, I got them coasters to do. I've just got another pack of coasters through a vintage seller, that my main vintage seller, because she sells, oh my God, so much stuff. There is so much stuff in her page. So half of my vintage diamond paintings seem to come from there. So just depends really who's got the best offer. I'm really looking forward to my Temu order, because I ordered like a, you know, them sort of flannel jumper things you can get at Christmas time. It's got that, it's like a wool material. They call them flannel or something like that. Well, I got this gorgeous blue one, and it's a blue checkered one. So I'm debating whether to show that on here or do it in the product review channel, because I got a lot of requests. I did used to do product reviews in the past, and then I sort of like phased it out. And then about 3 or 4 years down the line, I got a lot of requests asking for it to come back. So I sort of bring it back, and now it's like, well, how do we review anything? Now, Alexa's playing up again because she's saying that it's 7:22 in the morning, and it's not. So this robot is seriously something wrong with it. As you can see, 7:22. It's not 7:22. And yeah, so I'm going to have to reprogram that. I am on the lookout for, you know, getting something new, because it's just so frustrating. So yeah. So yeah, I've done that. And then I thought, well, I'll grab a cup of tea. Me and my dad wants to go and see, apparently there's some sort of Elvis exhibition or something in London. So, and there is, I'll tell you what I'd like to see is, you know, that Titanic exhibition. I don't know if it's still in London, but I love Titanic to pieces. I absolutely treasure that film. You know, the programme. I've got a book here that I did start to read, and it's called Clive Cussler, The Titanic Secret. But trouble is, I start reading a book and then I go on to a new book and then forget about the book that I've already started. I love reading so much. Reading books is just, oh, it's lovely. I have noticed there's a little, like, I don't know what that is. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a drill, but that's quite off-putting, because you've got that, I don't know what that is, because there's no symbol for it. So that's going to really, I'm going to put one there, because you can see it looks so much better. I know there shouldn't be one, but I don't like the look of that. I feel that there should be a book there. A thing there, sorry. Now, this is quite a funny one, this one, because the only drills we got for number 1 was this. But if you look, if you've got any specials, you could probably do that, because these look like you've got round ones and then you've got little stars. But they only provided 3 packs. So whether that's a cock-up, I don't know. But there was only 3 in the box, which were the silver, the red, and then the blue. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to swap them out, but I'm probably just going to stick with the ones that they've provided. Perhaps it's a muck-up, or perhaps they're doing it as like a little fancy thing for the star. I mean, obviously, you look at that, it has got a little star outline, but, you know, they're quite easy to swap out. I mean, if you had any star-shaped ones, quite often they'll come in like a purple or a gold, but I've not known. I think there was a starship that I worked on the beach, you know, that globe one. I think they're purple stars, but, you know, if one comes up, I don't get an awful lot of specials come up, but if I get a special that comes up that's got a star, then by all means, yeah, we'll flip these out. But the chances are I'm just going to, you know, seal this, I think, because I think it's like just an effect, because if you look here, you can see it's like a little miniature star with the emblem, not the emblem, the drill in it. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna... I feel like the Matthew Kelly show, you know, where he goes, "Tonight, Matthew, you gonna be Shirley Bassey." Because it was called Stars in Their Eyes, weren't it? Cool, that's going back a few years. The Voice, I think, has just started as well. I'm a Celebrity. We're coming up, but we're coming to the end of sort of like Big Brother now, so they're sort of wrapping that up a bit. I think there's another double eviction. You know when it's near the end because they do double evictions. And then I think we've got... I've just not got them everywhere. We've got I'm a Celebrity have been saying coming soon. So I think what's going to happen is they're waiting for that to finish and then that takes over. But they're starting it on the 19th this year. So, which I think is Ant McPartlin's birthday. I think it's some... No, it must be the 18th. It's either the 18th or 19th. Just put a red one there by her. I'll just take that out. But yeah, Ant McPartlin, because it's Ant and Dec. So you've got Ant McPartlin and Declan Donnelly. And I'm pretty damn sure it's the 18th or 19th of November, because he always spends it in Australia when they're doing the show. And on the behind the scenes and stuff, you see like cakes made that I don't know if they're brought into the set or whether the producers do them, but some of them have been really cool. So, and then the King's birthday is the 14th of November, King Charles, but they've been saying online that apparently Prince Harry's not invited or something, so I don't know why they can't just like reconcile, like put the past behind you. You know, it's such a shame, because, you know, family's a funny old thing, because, you know, you have arguments, this one don't talk to this one, and, you know, I mean, I didn't speak to my brother for years, and I don't really know why, and as I said, Teddy is sort of like bring us closer. It's him that's sort of like reconciled our friendship, and that's what you know, that's how it should be, you know, reconcile, everyone gets on, and anyway, enough blabbering on. That's another star done, guys. So I'll get that sealed. As I said, I really am trying to look for like a handy store. If we could find like a store that sells cork backing, what I could do is get like a sheet of cork and then, like, you know, put the cork down and then cut a piece of cork out. And then I don't know how I would stick that. It might just be a bit of PVA glue. But there must be a place out there that sells pre-made cork that you can cut out. Because I'm not being funny, I would like cork on that. If you spilt your tea, I mean, mine are going to be for display purposes. I have no intention of putting, you know, tea on it. Even though it's sealed, I'd be afraid that the water gets under that because that would stain it. But you can get these acrylic things as well, like in star shapes. You can put that in the acrylic mould, put the lid on, and then it's a little bit protected. You know, like in that Harry, like these, for example, you could probably get an acrylic star, and it just, although it's sealed, it gives it a little bit more protection. So something like that, for example, put the star in, lid on top, you know, job done. But on that note, guys, we've only got 2 more left to do, and then I get to start my birthday ones. because it's quite hard when you film in advance, because you're talking about things that have already happened and you're saying, right, you might see this, but you've got to remember that you've already filmed it. Or that event's already happened. But anyway, please remember to like, share, subscribe. As I said, a huge thank you to Vipon, because that company gives you discounts, and $4.99 off the bill is quite lovely. But they don't have a big range. But anyway, thanks to Vipon there. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to do like a little aeroplane in this as well, like a red arrow as well, you know, in a coaster shape. I really do enjoy coasters. Please remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you tap the notification bell, you can be notified as and when a video goes up on the channel. But until then, that's the next star done, and we'll see you very soon for the last two in the series, which is this one here. I think that's going to be nice because it's got a mini one and then that red outline and lots of different... It's like a Catherine wheel on the, you know, them fireworks that go on. See, I keep talking. I need to wrap this video up. But it'd be them too. But anyway, take care, guys. Have a lovely day, and we'll catch you later.